Welcome, welcome, welcome. There's a lot going on in the markets right now, and we want to keep you up to date. Altcoin Dailies is giving us some information about the China ETF for Ethereum and Bitcoin. I guess who knows what China is doing. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. What's up, everybody? This is Simon from W3MCT, and today we are going to talk about Web3 on Bitcoin. So there's a lot of things going on in the world of Web3 and this ecosystem, and so my job is to advise you on this, right? My job is to give you the information, right? Provide the research that I do, and hope you guys enjoy this video, right? You want to make it to the end of this video. You want to watch and listen to this entire video because we're going to be dropping nuggets in the video. You don't know where and when I'm going to be dropping those nuggets, but those nuggets will help you figure out maybe new projects you're looking to get into, where's there's activity that you want to look at, and maybe if there's any trading opportunities. Right now there's a lot of blood in the market. The markets are red, and so it's filled with opportunities. You know, there's plenty of projects out there that are below 50-60% off its local highs. And so one thing that institutional investors and index fund investors like to talk about is they look for negative 40%, right? If it's a quality business, negative 40% on discount, they're grabbing it as much as they possibly can. And so there's some of that happening right now, but there's also new projects that's getting some more attention. And one of those new projects is Stacks on Bitcoin. So in today's video, we're going to start off with understanding Web3 on Bitcoin. You're going to gain a lot of information from this. So sit back, listen, and enjoy the show. So before we get started in that, just so you guys know, I am an affiliate partner to Token Metrics. Token Metrics is a fantastic tool. It uses advanced AI insights, and we use this for our insight reports. So we want to embrace the future of investing, and we want to make sure we have cutting edge technology and artificial intelligence. And so Token Metrics utilizes AI machine learning to curate the data, a wide array of all of the market, right? It gets all of this data and it makes it available all in one place. And so Token Metrics is a fantastic tool. I am an Astrobot holder for Token Metrics. And so really, I'd highly recommend, anyone go check it out. You can set up the free Token Metrics basic account, but they also have paid versions as well. So right now I'm logging into my other account. Okay, this is just the email account, and then you also have our Astrobot lifetime access account. And so it starts us off with the Token Metrics AI, and here you can just talk to AI and say, for example, what is the next 100x coin? Find the top 5 cryptos that have the highest percent change in Token Metrics grade. What's the best crypto trade right now? What crypto asset has the best technology? So let's go see what's the best crypto trade right now, and see what comes up with that. So really, if you want to know the results to that, you're going to want to continue watching this video, and we're going to get into that. But let's get started on the educational part, which is Stacks, right? So Stacks, a tale of two blockchains. Bitcoin has been around since 2009 and it's the OG cryptocurrency. Despite the history, it has historically been resistant to innovation and change, the community instead preferring to keep Bitcoin as simple as possible. Vitalik originally proposed this idea for Ethereum as a change to Bitcoin. He only went on to found Ethereum because it was rejected by the community. And since then, Ethereum has proven the demand for a more programmable blockchain and cryptocurrency. And Bitcoin has remained the leader in terms of market value and the household name in recognition, and amongst people who are not interested in development or cryptocurrency. And you know what? And that's okay. And it's fine for Ethereum to have those programmable smart contracts, but Bitcoin, on the other hand, really, there's a lot of debate whether or not how much we should try to change Bitcoin. So Stacks is a layer 2 network that's built on top of Bitcoin. It uses this new consensus called proof of transfer. And so we think of this consensus mechanism as a layer of programmability on the unprogrammable Bitcoin, right? So there's an idea of the goal, an ethos behind Stacks, and they're looking at how Satoshi envisioned generalizing Bitcoin back in 2010. So he was like, to be completely separate network, separate blockchain, yet share CPU power with Bitcoin. All networks in the world would share combined CPU power, increasing the total strength. Stacks has its own token, and it's an intentional and critical design decision primarily for the purpose of maintaining decentralization rather than needing to rely on Bitcoin, on a federation. So this trilemma, you've heard this blockchain trilemma. So does that mean? Right? Because the trilemma comes down to these three things: trying to balance decentralization, scalability is the increase, right, of volume, and security, right, making sure that it's not can get hacked. So Litecoin is a fantastic example of being successful at the trilemma. It's decentralized, it's scale, right, and security. Litecoin has done fantastic, and really it's the sleeper that most people don't like to talk about, but it's never been hacked. It's fully decentralized, 2.5 minute block times, can handle volume, right? And it's really just a fantastic protocol. And Stacks takes the approach of solving this trilemma in a separate out chain into layers. The bottom layer is the foundational layer, which is Bitcoin. And then because Bitcoin is the most decentralized, most secure, most immutable blockchain network, there comes with a few trade-offs, right? Because it's slow, unprogrammable, and unscalable. And these trade-offs are why we're seeing a rise in these other blockchain networks. And so the most new blockchain protocols popping up these days see these properties as negative and seek to eliminate them. And the Stacks community sees things differently. And so what are the things that constitute the blockchain trilemma, right? Quiz 1, well, decentralization, right? That's one of the things for the blockchain trilemma. Security and scalability. And these are the three things that constitutes the blockchain trilemma. Let's go ahead and submit that. So what is the Stacks way, right? So before we get into this, let's take a quick second and a quick break to go check out w3mct.com. If you guys don't know what w3mct.com, we are a top-notch Web3 service focused on wallet management, blockchain navigation, and digital asset security training. We've created a free school available. If you don't know about Skool, Skool, Alex Hermosi is a co-founder to Skool, and they invited us to be part of the Skool Games and to bring out our community, bring my knowledge, skills, and abilities, and to grow out and use this platform for everything. So if you like anything that I talk about and you want to get a one-on-one with me, or you do want to join our private community, you can go ahead and go to our website, w3mct.com. Click this link right here. It says join free school, and go ahead and answer those questions. One of our admins will take a look at it, and if you are a good fit, they will accept your invitation. Just so you are aware, not everybody will be approved to join the community. You do have to go through a interview process, and just so you're aware, we are on a specific mission, and we want to make sure everybody that is in the community is the right fit. And so if you are someone that's interested in learning more about blockchain technology and you want some hands-on help, you can go ahead and go to our shop there. Go ahead, click learn more. It will bring you to our Square site here. And then this is where you can go ahead and go hire us for Web3 mentoring. We also have the Project Royals. Okay, this is currently a subscription service, digital key access. but we won't get into all of that right now. And then we also have our digital asset security training. This is a training where I will come in and personally train your team on digital asset security, whether it's a one-on-one training for yourself, or if you are a business owner and you want to train your team, or you want to create some type of event and you need a speaker, I can come in and speak for you and talk about Web3 blockchain technology and this new ecosystem that's happening. So how we service you, right? Our clients' bottom line is our top priority. We are in constant communication with the people we serve and are committed to advancing the immediate needs and wants of our clients. Our team works around the clock, provide necessary services and support that each client needs from us. Our services are marketing, collaboration, and training. And so here we have the safeguard operations, streamline the management of digital assets. This is our Enzyme Finance Marketing Promotion. And we also have a Vault. We are a Vault manager over at Enzyme Finance. But at the same time, we've created marketing material for Enzyme Finance. We also have our Web3 Learning ebook that's currently available. If you go ahead and click on that, it will route you to Gumroad. Gumroad is our other partner platform that we've collaborated with to make this Web3 Learning ebook available to you. It's currently available for $3 right now. If you feel that you want to pay more to support our mission in our community, you can go ahead and name a fair price and increase it. And at the same time, you'll get a digital download and QR code to access the Web3 book. It's really a fantastic ebook. Like I said, the proceeds go to helping our community and to helping me keep this community for free. So I have to pay $99 a month to keep this community available. And I want to keep this community free for everybody so you can come learn how to safely navigate the blockchain, understand how to pick quality projects. And so to keep this free, we are selling our ebook, and at the same time, we're doing digital asset security training to help bring in some revenue for this podcast, for my YouTube channel, and to also pay for the day-to-day expenses like keeping this platform up and running for the community. So if that is something you're looking to support, at least, we'd really appreciate it. You can go ahead and get our Web3 Learning ebook. I really think you're going to enjoy it. It is a easy read and a good read. It's only about 20 pages or so, but it will give you a good foundational start to what's going on in blockchain. So blockchain offers a lot of different things, right? Digital rights, e-commerce, peer-to-peer lending, global payments, supply chain, proof of identity, ownership, crowdfunding, debt, equity, microfinance, intellectual property. Blockchain does all of this, and this is what blockchain offers. And so because blockchain offers so much, it requires people to have hardware wallets or wallets to navigate the blockchain. And so the different type of wallets that are available are hardware wallets, which is the number one most secure and best wallet you need. We are an affiliate partner with SafePal and the Keystone Pro 3. I have both of these wallets, and honestly, I like them both. They both are for different use cases, right? Really, the Keystone Pro 3 is for the Cosmos ecosystem and a lot of its other partners, and SafePal really for BNB, SafePal, but you can also use it for Bitcoin, Litecoin, and really has thousands and thousands of tokens available. Really, their mobile app is fantastic. So both of these wallets are something to take a look at. So just to be, upfront with everybody, the SafePal wallet is the cheaper one out of the two. I believe it's $50 currently right now, and the Keystone Pro wallet is a little bit more expensive, maybe over 100 or 150 or so. And I'm just going to say, from a security perspective, right, the Keystone wallet is fantastic. All right, don't let the cheaper price try to steer you in the wrong direction to think that you're getting something worse, okay? No, it's 100% air gapped, offline hardware wallet. it is really, really fantastic. Now, the Keystone Pro 3 has a touchscreen, right? It's a little bit more fancy, and in that way. So it's more pricey because of the type of equipment and materials and all the stuff that they use in a hardware wallet. And then so, pick the one that's best for you. If you're unsure about it, right, really that's where this Web3 Learning ebook will, help you in figuring some things out about wallets. And, like I said, if you need additional help, this is where our digital asset security training will come into play. And that's where you can ask me, questions with hands-on approach and really figure out what type of wallet is best for you. And, after that, this is our AI analytics tool with Token Metrics. We utilize Token Metrics to curate all of this data, right? It has a lot of information. So when we're creating our insight reports for the community, so we are using the Token Metrics data, okay? Token Metrics curates all of this information into a ratings tool. We have trader and investor categories. And then so we go through all of this to figure out, all right, what is happening right now in the markets? And then really where do we, where do we want to look? Okay, where do we want to put our attention? Okay. Just in the last week, right, we see that Helium has a nice increase of 33%. Helium, is a project, if anyone's been following me, for some time now, is a project that I've worked on, I've helped, I've supported, okay, before they transitioned and moved over to Solana. If you're new to blockchain and Web3 and cryptocurrency, Helium, we started off with our own blockchain and it was insane, okay? So we started off with our own blockchain, but we wanted to enhance the way we looked into this ecosystem, and Helium did the best thing a project could do. A lot of people didn't like it at that time, but it represented exactly what blockchain is about, which is collaboration. And so Helium realized that for it to scale beyond its limits, it's going to need a stronger and a faster blockchain. And Solana just came out, and Solana's TPS, transactions per second, were at massive speeds, cheaper than Ethereum. And so for the first time, Helium's like, you know what, we can actually use this. And so they transitioned over to Solana, and that's when Helium Mobile came out, and right, and Helium IoT token is still available, and it skyrocketed Helium to new levels. And so I would never ever sleep on Helium, because Helium is the Bitcoin to DePIN, right? DePIN is the narrative that is going to take the bull cycle by storm, right? Decentralized physical. So what does it stand for again? So I can be exact. All right. Decentralized physical infrastructure network. Okay. So just hard products, right? So like, so anyone that had a hotspot that was using Helium, okay, that was infrastructure, physical infrastructure network, okay. And so right now, I'm not surprised to see that the Token Metrics investor grade is at 76% for Helium, okay. Not surprised at all. The TM trader grade is at 56%, right, because this is more of a localized short term. But if you are looking at this from a more longer term perspective, and our long term perspective is, maybe 18 months and further, okay, some may even say 5 years, right? But I'm not even gonna go out that far. I'm gonna say from 18 to 36 months on this. This is how we're using this information. And so when we go back and we take a look at the chart here, if we go to our trader chart, all right, you're going to see here back in March of 2024, we got the bearish signal there at 802. And the Token Metrics grade at that time was at 28%. And then really you can see, this is why we use this tool, because look how much it saved, right? Because really, helium then gone all the way down to $3.90. Token metrics grade at the time was at 14%. Okay, so you saved yourself a $5 per token drop there. Okay, and this is why you want to be part of my community. This is why you want to have token metrics. So if you don't want to purchase token metrics on your own, you can be part of our community. And when we do our insight reports and our weekly Zoom calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? This is where you're going to get some more information on that. So really would love to have you out here. And then so there is the research portion of token metrics that has webinars, code reviews, the deep dive, hidden gems, and the 100x show. And really the most released information right now has been going into zero gravity. They've just created another layer 2's big narrative was coming out, right? Code reviews on Safe was just released, Omni Network, right? Tokamak, right? BevM, Swisstronic, right? So there's just a lot of work going into all of this, and this is why it's important to have a high quality machine learning AI platform in your corner versus just going to website here, website there, website there, website here, right? It makes it available to you right now. And so the current live prices of the markets, right? People are probably not going to like them right now. The markets are on a discount. The total market cap is at 2.34. We're going to go over the market overview in the second portion of this video. But just so right now, Bitcoin is at 60,113, Ethereum's at 3,003.63 cents, BNB 571, Solana at 126. All right, Doge at 13, Cardano at 43, Avalanche 32.64, Polkadot at $6.42, Chainlink at 13, Near Protocol 6, Polygon 66 cents, Litecoin 79.30, Uniswap 705, right? Aptos 861, Chronos at 13 cents, HBAR 9 cents, Cosmos Hub $8.29, Filecoin 562, and Stacks at 207, right? So there's just a lot going on in the market. So that's it for at this moment, right time. We're gonna go over some more information in our next section, but until then, let's get back to the educational part of this video. So let's go over Stacks, right? Stacks on Bitcoin, and we're also going to pair this educational portion up with also the what Token Metrics has to say on Stacks. Let me go ahead and check out their research hub to see if they do have anything available on Stacks at all in their research hub or not. Yep, there is a code review that came out June 6th of 2022. And I'm going to share with you why, if you were part of our community and you saw this right when it came out, right, we're going to see how well the information from Token Metrics helped, and to see is, well, was there actually a play, right? Was there actually an opportunity for you to level up with that information, right? So this again came out in June of 2022. Now, if you were aware of Stacks back in 2022, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the charts to see what the price of Stacks was at that time. And well, let's see, was it really actually valuable, right, to have that code review and at that time. So let's go and pull that up. So while we're waiting for that, we're gonna go ahead and go back to Web3. If you guys don't know what Learn Web3 is, I am one of the founders of Learn Web3, one of the early founders, right? Authenticated by the badges, and am a grandmaster level for Learn Web3. And Learn Web3 is an educational website and tool, decentralized application for developers, specifically for developers and it's 100% for free. And so what we're doing right now is, now that we have all of the lesson plans, we have degrees, we have courseworks, we have so much available. We've tested out the courses with the quizzes, right? Giving people badges of completion. Our Discord community is growing. There's a lot of people utilizing Learn Web 3. And so right now what we're doing is, especially at W3MCT, we've created a new video podcast for the curriculum on Learn Web 3. So you'll come learn about Learn Web 3 here, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick something, one of the courses or lessons, and we're going to share it with you on YouTube so we can learn together. So let's get back to it. So the Stacks way. Stacks takes a pyramid approach where you have the foundational settlement layer at the bottom, and you also have excuse me, sorry, did not mean to do that. Do you remember decentralization, security, scalability, submit? All right, so, and then the layer on top of that is smart contracts and programmability, which is Stacks. And so the layers on top of that for scalability and speed are the Heroes subnets. Additionally, there are other layers on top of Bitcoin that serve different purpose and have their own mechanisms and philosophies, like Lightning, RSK, and Liquid. So by taking this layered approach, we are able to have all of the same functionalities as chains like Ethereum without all of the drawbacks of having a massively complex chain. So Stacks is a Bitcoin layer 2, and it has some unique properties. It has its own token, and it acts as an incentive mechanism to maintain a historical ledger of all of the transactions, and it operates with its own security budget. Stacks design decisions operate under the idea that decentralization is more important than rejecting altcoins. This is one of the things that separates Stacks from other Bitcoin layers like Lightning. Stacks adds additional functionality to Bitcoin, but still ultimately settles down to Bitcoin. And we'll cover this in the section when we go over the proof of transfer consensus mechanism. So what is POX? POX stands for proof of transfer. And to understand this, we both need to first understand what proof of burn is. So proof of burn is a lesser used consensus mechanism. It requires the users to destroy or burn a certain amount of coins in order to participate in the network. And so the proof of transfer is an extension of the proof of burn mechanism. Proof of transfer uses the proof of work cryptocurrency of an established blockchain to secure a new blockchain. So we have a consensus mechanism that is an update of proof of burn. And then so rather than burning the cryptocurrency, miners transfer the committed cryptocurrency to some other participants in the network. All right. So basically, when we look at our diagram here, okay, we'll see that here's the miners, right? And here's the miner. Okay, and the miner says, hey, we're going to spend some BTC. Okay, they win a block. Okay, and it transfers the BTC. The stacker, it locks STX, stacking, receives Bitcoin. All right, receives Bitcoin, locks, stacker 2, right? Gets that. Now, when we go to the proof of transfer, right, it writes block on the Stacks blockchain. Okay, so it writes it on the Stacks blockchain. All right, it's right in this process, and then receives newly minted STX reward and transaction fees going back to the miner. And that's where the proof of transfer mechanism comes into place. Now, how well will this work out? We'll find out, okay? But it is something that will help people really understand more about this blockchain. So clarity. What is clarity? So Clarity is a smart contract language and it's used in the Stacks ecosystem. It's been designed from the ground up to make it easier for developers to write safe, secure smart contracts. Building off of the hard lessons learned through smart contract hacks through the years, Clarity has a few unique properties like intentionally non-Turing complete. What does that even mean? Let's go ahead and open that up in a new tab, right? Because it links us to a different document. And it links us directly to the Stacks documentation. So what is non-Turing complete or decidable? So non-Turing complete and decidable are two terms you will hear about security advantages of Clarity. But what do they mean? All right. So they're related, but not quite interchangeable. And there are some few differences. So let's first go into non-Turing complete. This is a system or language that cannot simulate a Turing machine, which is an abstract model of computation. Non-Turing complete systems have limited computational power compared to Turing complete systems. A Turing complete system or language can simulate any Turing machine. An example would be complete systems that include a finite state machines and some domain specific languages like Clarity. The complete languages typically cannot express all possible algorithms. Some problems whose solution require unbounded loops or recursion cannot be expressed using non-Turing complete languages. Now, the thing about this was that, when Satoshi came out, right, with Bitcoin, he specifically kind of left this stuff out of Bitcoin. So, we're going to see a lot of pushback when it comes to trying to do all of this right on Bitcoin. But the thing about blockchain technology is that it is an ecosystem for all. And so, if there is a large population of the community that wants this, right, there's no reason why they shouldn't build it. And so they are. And that's what Stacks is. So the mindset of a smart contract developer. But before we go into that part, what is decidable? So a problem is decidable is that it exists an algorithm that can always determine whether a given input has a particular property or not in a finite amount of time. In other words, a decidable problem can be solved by a Turing machine that is guaranteed to halt for all input instances. Decidability is a property of problems, whereas Turing completeness is a property of languages or computational systems. The fact that Clarity is decidable means that developers and tooling can more easily reason about and predict the certainty and behavior of Clarity contracts regardless of the input. Now, having this programmability stuff on Bitcoin can lead to a lot of other vulnerabilities, and just thinking about, the control that can happen from this, right, is what makes me really, really nervous. But let's go back to our lesson here. So this makes it a bit different from Solidity, right? Clarity. And it comes with security features that are highly beneficial to distributed immutable code like smart contracts. Now, Clarity was purpose-built for Stacks. It has built-in functions for interacting with and reading from the Bitcoin chain. And it means that we can use Clarity to verify a specific Bitcoin transaction that was mined and take particular action based on that, all on chain. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know yet. So, is it a side chain? What is Stacks, right? Is it Bitcoin? Is it not Bitcoin? Is it Ethereum? Is it not Ethereum? Is it a blockchain? Is it not a blockchain? Is it an app? What is Stacks, right? So, is Stacks a side chain? Not quite. I mean, this is at least what they're telling us. They say Stacks records its entire history to Bitcoin. It is at least or as hard to reorg the Stacks chain as it is Bitcoin. The key differentiator from side chains is that they do not have their history recorded to their primary chain. So first, rather than the security of the Stacks chain relying exclusively on system-specific measures, the sidechain that implemented to incentivize validators that produce blocks honestly. So Stacks instead leverages this typical blockchain economic incentives in order to guarantee liveliness of the chain. This has major implications and it affects implementing a trustless one-to-one BTC peg. Now, Stacks has its own token and it does not represent pegged Bitcoin. And this may ruffle some feathers, but some people in the Bitcoin community, you know, don't like it. But this has its own several advantages. I mean, the token provides additional incentive in the form of serving as a way to grow the chain. So rather than relying on the altruism in order to produce blocks and grow the chain, they incentivize builders, token holders, and investors all at the same time with this token. Stacks does not itself represent a pegged Bitcoin. It does allow for the creation for a fully decentralized, trustless one-to-one pegged BTC called SBTC. SBTC is currently in development and slated to release later in the year. It will transform Stacks into a true Bitcoin Layer 2 as it will allow users to trustlessly move their Bitcoin back and forth and unlock its functionality. The caveat is that a lot of the functionality we've talked about here is still in the early stages, and the highest priority for the ecosystem at the moment is tightly integrating Stacks with Bitcoin and to easily use it with the Stack dApps. Now, this came out earlier. Okay, there are some updates and changes to Stacks right now. We can go ahead and take a look at the documentation to see if the Stacks BTC is available. Now, what did just come out with Stacks was the Nakamoto upgrade, and this is the most recent thing that's going on in the Stacks ecosystem. The Nakamoto release is an upcoming hard fork on the Stacks network, and it was designed to bring several benefits, right? The increased transaction throughput and a 100% Bitcoin finality. So block 840,360 marks the start of the multi-phase Nakamoto mainnet rollout, and Stacks block production would no longer be tied to miner elections. Miners produce blocks at a fixed cadence, and set the proof of transfer stackers rely on the miner elections to determine when the current miner should stop producing blocks and a new miner should start. Now, this is probably over the head of a lot of people, but if you do want to understand more about this and dive a little bit deeper into this, you can go over to the Stacks doc. It's docs.stacks.co, and you can go ahead and check it out to see what is going on. I'm gonna go ahead and type in SBTC to see if anything does come up here. I'm gonna go ahead and click enter. Now it looks like the SBTC embraces the core principles of Bitcoin, all right, decentralization, permissionless, and trust minimization, open membership, decentralized, all right. Who are the signers? SBTC asset is supported by the network of validators, right? It can be up to 150 of them. Anyone can join, leave the signer networks as they desire. We expect these validators will be a combination of trusted institutions, staking pools such as Xverse, and individual node operators. So that being said, I want to set up a validator for this. Now, how do I do that, right? So I should be able to go somewhere, see if I go mining, right? This is just a mining frequency and the blocks, mining with proof of transfer and the address, right? Mining flow, registration. All right, probably to mine the next block. Now, what is that? Connection, proof of whatever. Where does it say? Stackers. While stacking on Stacks networking, Stacks is not a proof of oh, it's not a POS network. And those are some differences. We'll go into that later. Yeah, because I'm gonna set it up, right? Guide for stackers here. And we're gonna get this up and running. Okay, solo stacking versus delegating. So switch to stacking via pool. Operate your own signer. New equipment for requirements for stackers after activation phase that you will also need to function as a signer in a network. Here's the activation phase and the rollout. Yeah, so I have a lot to go over to get this set up. And I will share with you guys in the video once I get all this set up, because they'll begin around April 15 to 29, which is currently roughly aligned with the stacking cycle 82. So visualizing the rollout, pre-launch testnet activated. So this is the testnet. Sandbox, you can get Stacks and Hero Faucet and start testing it out. And Learn Web3. Alternately, you can use the Learn Web3 faucet. So you can see Learn Web3 is available and working with Stacks right now too. Okay, so we have a course available on that. Okay, we'll get into that in another video. So let's hurry up and finish this. All right, which consensus algorithm does Stacks use? Right, remember it was an update to the proof of burn, so it's not proof of burn, it's not proof of stake, it's not proof of work, it is proof of transfer. Submit. And we've completed the Stacks mini lesson. And so because I completed it, I got 10,000 XP. I am now level 89. Awesome. Right. If I go to my profile now, you can see here Grandmaster level 8. This should be level 89, not level 88. Oh, I need 10,000 XP to level 89. I just got to level 88, 78 badges here, Grandmaster level. All right, so hope you guys like that video. Let's go ahead and pair this real quickly with this TA. So currently right now, the trader grade for Stacks is right low, strong sell, 13%. Remember, when there's blood in the streets. All right. And at the same time, you can see here the bearish signal went off April 13th at $2.54. And we did break below that with Stacks sitting at $2.06 currently right now. If we go ahead and take a look at the investor grade, right? Investor grade is actually looking good at 72%. For the long-term view of this, and go ahead and go to the trading view chart of all of Stacks here. So you can see Stacks has really just been performing really quite well. You know, but like I said, if you heard about Stacks, okay, June of 2022 when the code review came out, I mean, look at that, right? This is 2023. Let's go 2022. Wow. So June. All right, June right here, June 2022, Stacks was at 35 cents. 35 cents, right? 35 cents. Let's see. If you got in, all right, at Stacks at 35 cents, and you were still holding on till this day, right? Stacks is at 2, right? Let's get to the most recent. Here we go. And if you made it, say if you made it to the high, right? We're talking about 653 days, all right? You would have made 1,000%, 966%. But let's just say you didn't make it all the way and you just at least made it to this current price, right? That's still a 500% in 683 days. But most people aren't going to be holding on to a position that long because they don't have a long time horizon. But still, even when the code review came out here in June, you had this entire time period, right? So really, you had, before the first initial breakout, you had 245 days really of consolidation and opportunity to get in below 50 cents, right? Really, if you would have got into stacks below 50 cents, you would have did well. And I did, right? I got 1,000 stacks at 50 cents. I wish I bought more, okay? Don't we all? When there's a good project, don't you wish we bought more? We all go through that, right? And so when we had the downturn here after the this was 2023 here, okay, we had another opportunity of consolidation, okay, before the breakout of 81 cents. And really, once that breakout came, and then we broke out the previous resistance at $1.28. When we broke out over that one, right, went to $2.06, really found some support back at previous resistance, and then really had a massive run. Okay, so this is the beginning of this year. All right, so from the beginning of the year till now, if you would have got into stacks, you're talking about 75 days, 192%. Would you wait 75 days for 200%? That's the question. And that is why you want to be part of W3MCT. That's why you want to be part of my community, and you want to be part of this YouTube channel. So if you found value in this video, please like, subscribe. I told you, those that made it to the end, this is why you made it. This is why you make it to the end of videos, right? So we can give you gems and understand that these plays require patience. Patience, right? You get paid to be patient, and that's why cryptocurrency will prevail. And so with that, we're seeing stacks here at 206. Look at that previous resistance, right? Perfect time for an opportunity to get into a trade. Anyone that is looking to a long trade, okay, this is what I would recommend. Currently the price is at 206 right now. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and you'll put your stop loss there. All right, and then we're gonna put the our target here. Okay, so this is what our trade would look like. For anybody just trying to get in, this is a beautiful trade. So this is giving us an entry here, okay, with the opportunity to make a solid 85%. Now, how long will it take for us to get back to $3-4? I don't know, right? But the play is here, okay? So we may see, let's just say it takes another 75 days, right? So if we're talking about another 75 days for 85%, okay? Wait, that's 77 days. 75 days for 85%. That will put us to July 16th of this year. That's not that bad. So from now until July, will you wait to make 85%? I don't know. What's your time horizon? So I'll leave you with that. Till next time, enjoy.